Hello, Chattanooga and surrounding areas. Thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Radio Show with Miss LOL and friends. Today I have a very beautiful and talented guest in the studio today. I have an author by the name of, now if I say your name wrong, I'm sorry.
You can give me
Is
$5.
Isela Arredondo?
Ooh,
Did I
yes,
get
that is
See,
right.
I told you I used to pay attention in school and I used to sound my names out, do the syllables and stuff. I paid attention in school.
You
So.
did. Oh, hi. You did great.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm so excited. I met her a couple of months ago.
hmm
Has it been months?
Maybe a little more at
Yeah, a little
Greg's.
more. Yeah, at Greg
Mhm,
Funderbird's book signing.
mhm.
Everybody loves Greg. And when I met her, you was just so beautiful, and we got to talking, and she was telling me about the things she was doing, and I was just intrigued, and I was like, okay, I want to learn more. So she told me about this book. Oh, I love the cover, you guys. Um, this is called "I Will Always Be Right Here." Look at the book. I just want to show the cover. Look, you guys. Look at that. That is amazing. She has everybody on there. She said no one is going to be forgotten. So what I want you to do, huh? Hold it up again. Is that what you said? Okay. Look at that. But where am I doing it right? Okay. Look at that. That is nice. That is so amazing. I love that. So I want you to introduce you.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Isela. I am from Mexico. I came here in 1991
Mhm.
and I migrated to California. And in 1998, we moved to what we call this beautiful, you know, area, which is our home, Chattanooga.
Okay.
And I was raised by a single mom. So shout out to all my single moms.
Yes,
The hustle is real,
it is.
but you know what? It pays off.
Yeah,
Here I
it
am.
does.
Here
Yes,
I
here you
am.
are.
Yeah. So, it's an amazing thing because I am a product of this community.
Mhm.
I had people from all over invest in me and believe in me and see what I didn't see in myself. Therefore, now it is my turn to pay it back because
Mhm.
I'm not paying it forward. It was already invested in me.
Yes.
So I recently won a grant, an Arts Build grant in
All
2022,
right, congratulations. Yay!
$10,000. Ah!
Woo-hoo! Let's go,
Yeah,
let's go.
that's right, right. So we won this, and let me tell you, the first thing I said is I don't want nobody to be forgotten. I
Yes.
want this book to be in Spanish, English, sign language,
Yes.
Braille,
Awesome.
and to be also to be in the audio format. Because believe it or not, in this wonderful wealth of educational accessibility, you
Mhm.
know, there's still 10% that are illiterate. And so,
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard my other stories in the past, but I came from a very poor country, of course, or the very poor area where I was from, and my grandmother was illiterate.
Wow.
So my grandmother did not read to my mom. Therefore, the only thing my mom read to us was the Bible, and it was like, okay, mom, we probably didn't listen. We
You
should,
mean?
I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. It's true, it's true. We
Yes,
should
yes.
listen a little bit, you know. But other than that, she didn't read to us like a
Yes.
story.
Hmm.
But she didn't understand the fundamentals and the bond opportunity
Yes.
that it was just we just wanted her warmth.
Yes.
So now that I'm a mom, my I took every opportunity I could to read with my child,
Hmm.
and it served almost as an invisible weapon to hide, from or like an umbrella, kind of hide from the rain. So it's been an amazing journey. So I never thought that I'd be writing a book, but when this opportunity came to express myself through words, I didn't know I was good at it until I was.
Until you did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. So, I mean, you never know unless you try, and if you don't try, you'll never know.
That's right.
So that's amazing. So tell us what prompted you to write this book, and what is it
Hmm.
about?
Okay, so my book is entitled "I Will Always Be Right Here." being raised by a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
I am divorced myself,
Mm-hmm.
sadly it happened
Yeah.
11 years ago, so it was really um giving honor to the men that even though they're placed in situations that they still work hard to be the daddies and heroes in their child's life.
Yes.
So this book was to help, kind of like a bridge,
Mm-hmm.
for even for me, it was like inner healing. And another part too, it was for my child. It was like, yes, honey, he's not here, but
Yes.
he's in your heart.
Yes, he
He's in
is.
your mind, and you
Mm-hmm.
and you have both of your parents with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I really did this for my kid. The reason why I said I'd never thought it'd be available to anybody, it was because it was a private matter, and when I talked about it and I saw that it won a grant, I was like, oh, there's a need in the community for this.
Yes.
I didn't know. And so the fact that not only do I get to help my kid, myself heal, but now that I'm able to help somebody else heal is even a blessing and I can't even tell you. I didn't even think it was possible.
Yes, it is. And today, when I read up about what the book was about, I really wish I had this book when I was raising my kids by myself,
Mm.
because I was a single parent of 5 boys, including 2 sets of twins.
Ooh,
And
girl.
so my boys, they were boys. And I had one who stayed in trouble more than the others did. And, he would get in trouble. And I just can't remember when I read what this book was about. I asked him one day, I said, what is it? I mean, what can I do to help you stay on task and do what you're supposed to at school
Mm-hmm.
and do whatever? He said, well, I was hoping that one day when I got in trouble, that you will call my dad and he will come get me instead of you.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah. So this would have helped him to understand
Mm-hmm.
what was going on in his life. I can't remember exactly what I told him. I do remember I had to go back and get him from school a couple of more times. That wasn't the last time. Yes, but this is a need. It was a need back then. It is a
Hmm.
need now, and it will be a need in the future.
Wow.
So I applaud you for using your life and your testimony to want to help others.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard to be transparent
Mm-hmm.
and put yourself out there
Oh yeah.
for everyone to see and hear about. But this book is a blessing. And I was like, when I met you and you started telling me about it, I was like, oh yeah, we have to connect. And you were telling me all the good things that you were
Mm-hmm.
doing. So just give us some more insight about the other things that you were doing based on you writing this.
Mm. This has been such a cool avenue. I was on the 7th. I was at the Chambliss.
Yes.
Those little kids,
Oh
they gave me so much love, so much sugars, and I was just like,
yes.
I didn't want to leave,
Yes.
But here you have kids that, the Chambliss was one of the what it's now, it's their 150th
Uh-huh.
is their 150th year anniversary of being the one of the oldest nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
First they were an orphanage, now they're like foster care, and then they're a 24-hour daycare. Just I didn't know
Yes.
that so I got to learn a lot about
Well, I
them.
just learned about that. I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah, but to talk to these babies, and they were like, can I keep this book? But the
Yes.
book I donated for the classrooms,
Okay.
But they're like, can we keep this book? And I was like, I was like,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you can have it in your classroom, But to see, even when I read it to them, to see the little teeny weeny bitty little hearts
Mm-hmm.
just have a glimpse of hope, like, you know what, I am loved. Just
Yes.
because this my father, and the sequel's coming up about the mother,
Mm-hmm.
so just because my father ain't here
Yeah.
or my mother ain't here,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that they don't love me.
Exactly.
So now I
Exactly.
can take that, and I could see my challenge, because
Mhm.
you're gonna, I'll read a little bit about it, but this whole thing is about um seeing the obstacle and going around the obstacle, or using that as a learning experience. So it's really cool. So met with the little kids, they changed my world. Not the other way around. They changed my world. Then I was at Book Fiesta, with Ella Library. Went to some of the more had a beautiful event over there, shared my book again. Never thought. So then I get approached by teachers. They're like, listen, some of these kids, their parents have to work out of the town, or they work in a different country. They're without their parents, even though their parents are together. You don't understand. And I was like, whoa. Then I went to the Hunter Museum. Then I got approached by one of the teachers at Howard. She said, please come to our school. Yes. I said, yes.
Well, I just want to, intervene right there a little bit. So today I sent your information to the principal of the school that I work at.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
I work for Battle Academy. Okay. I am an exceptional education teacher. And like I said, I see this all the time. I mean, I love the babies. It's so important. And they see the difference. Kids see the difference when they see kids come in with mommy and daddy, or some kids just with mommy, or some kids just with daddy. And it is a lunch conversation. Why don't your daddy ever bring you to school? Or why don't your mama ever bring you to school? I just have a daddy. I don't have a mommy. Things like that. When you ask them to draw a picture of their father, I don't know where my father is, or you'll have some kids who yell out, my dad is in jail. All of these things. So that's needed. Well, that's needed. So I passed it along, and I asked if you could come to our school and do that. And so hopefully they'll be reaching back out to you. Shout out to Jesse Goings and Miss Whalen. They are doing an amazing job at Battle Academy, and they bring things like this to the school. They want to reach our children any way they can. They do. And we need things like this. So when I read it, because I didn't have a chance to read up on it and see what it was about at first. Then when I read it, I was like, oh my God, let me send this to them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So, and not only that, so, do you have like read alouds and things like that?
I can. I've done them myself right now. We just did a read aloud at PBS Kids this morning,
okay,
so shout out to them too.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And let me tell you something. It is all for the community. Because this is free. And I want it to be like that. Because growing up with a single mom, we didn't have cable.
Yes.
We had whatever it was for free.
Yes.
And so I was like, you know what? For those kids that were in my situation, I want to tell them, you got this.
Yes.
You are going to change the world, because they are our future. They are our future, but
yes, they are.
I'm a Chattanoogan, and so at heart, and I've been molded and shaped by our community. So if I can do it, and I know that that's cliche, but I'm almost 40. If I could do it
and
at
you
my
came
age,
here, and you were not born and raised here.
No.
And you are able to come here and sow a seed in the community.
Isn't that something?
And help. So just think about the people who was born and raised here and grew up in the communities and know the things. I was just telling somebody about me going back into the schools. And like I said, one of my children, he could have used this book. And he was diagnosed as ADHD when he was younger. And ADHD to me stand for anything damaged, he done it. Okay. so now I'm in a full circle, because now I'm back at the school working with kids who behave just like he did. And I know how to help them because of what I went through. So if you can sow a seed here, and you're not even from here, but just by your experience, if everybody came together and took their experience and sowed a seed back into the community and tried to help our kids, do you know how powerful they will grow up to be?
And even talking about literal seeds, we don't live in a desert.
Yeah.
There's rain and sunshine and enough to share.
Yes.
So our babies could change not only the face of Chattanooga, But in
Yes.
turn, if life takes them somewhere else, they'll know
Mhm.
how to change the
They'll have
world.
that foundation.
Yes.
They have that
Yes.
foundation to know it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I fall off, my foundation is solid.
Get up.
Yes.
You
And
know,
keep going.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
And it's the lesson learned, from you fallen.
Mm-hmm.
How did I get up? What tripped me up? Who did
Yes.
I hold on to?
Yes.
And you know what? Mine was the community, my friends, my
Mm-hmm.
church,
Mm-hmm.
people that believed in me when I didn't
Yes.
believe in myself.
Exactly. And
You,
that's what it takes.
my family.
That's what it takes.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, sometimes I would
And family doesn't always have to be blood.
no, no,
Yeah.
because sometimes I'd be so tired and I would be just ready to just throw in the towel.
Yes.
I'd come home, I'm the oldest of seven, so I'd come home and one of them would like rush and bring me my shoes, or one of them would, you thirsty? Let me bring you some water, or let me tell you a story.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
my
Yes. Yes.
storyteller over there. And so, I was like, I got this. Oh, I can do anything for them,
Yes.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because, and I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the kids. I'm doing
Yes.
this, I'm doing this for my family to heal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see what will come out of this when other people heal, because I've had parents read my book and fall into, like, I was at the Hunter on Sunday, for one of their events, and this parent is reading my book. The woman begins to cry, and then I'm like
Yes.
holding her and consoling
Yeah.
her. She just lost her dad. Who
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't know what we're
Yeah.
going through.
You don't know.
So, and then let me tell you, so this is going to be, Erlanger is going to do a study on them too, on this
Mm-hmm.
book for the actual kids who've lost a parent to death,
Mm-hmm.
and see how this can help them.
Yes.
But this is something that, it gives me chills to just think about. But unfortunately, we just thought about this because, sometimes the kids that are ill, that have like a life-threatening illness,
Mm-hmm.
cancer or something, like that, sometimes as parents, we don't see this coming. And so sometimes, unfortunately, at that particular situation, some can't take the pressure and they leave.
Yeah.
So now this kid is facing this, and if he's old enough to understand that, man,
Mm-hmm.
my daddy or my mommy left because I got sick. If I wasn't sick, maybe my family would still be here, or I miss him.
Yes.
But can you
Yes.
imagine
It's
you
so much.
given this book and
So
you're like, your
much.
daddy's right here.
Yes.
Your daddy's right here. He's in your
Yes.
dreams.
Yes.
He loves you.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's amazing. And then, so any way that my book could be used, please use it. Let me know how it can help, because I'm just here to love everybody, because
Yes.
everybody loves
And that's
me.
amazing. That's amazing. I remember when my kids were growing up, and like I said, I raised them by myself, and they will ask questions sometime about why daddy isn't there. And I will tell them, they was like, he doesn't love me. I said, he loves you. He just doesn't know how. He
Mm-hmm.
has to learn, like
Mm-hmm.
mommy had to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard doing those things and having to explain it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to them, go through it, and you have to stay strong in front of them, because if you break, they break.
Mm.
So you have to stay strong. But with this book, I can see this going so far. So this can be a book not only for talking about daddy gone, it can be a book talking about mommy's gone,
Mm-hmm.
sister's gone, brother's
Mm-hmm.
gone, grandma's gone,
Oh.
granddad's gone.
Mm-hmm. I
Because
didn't think about that. Yeah.
yes, yes, you can do one for each, because all children aren't raised by mother and father.
Mm.
Some children are raised by grandmother.
That's true.
We have kids at our school who are getting raised by great grandmother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You
that
just don't
this
know.
is just a door. You have opened a big door to do so much, and it's amazing.
And you know what? This is a beautiful thing. I did this for my kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? That doesn't mean that you can't do it,
Mm-hmm.
or that grandma can't do it, or great grandma can't do it. See, this
Exactly.
is, if we all come together to
Mm-hmm.
heal that child's heart from
Mm-hmm.
any direction.
Mm-hmm.
This is my perspective of what my daddy, what I wanted my daddy to be, or what my daddy or my daughter's daddy was to her, right?
Yeah.
But what if a daddy writes his perspective?
Exactly.
Boom. You know
And
what I
that's the
mean?
thing. And so if we all put it in together,
Yeah.
it's just like baking a cake. just like baking a cake.
It's like a family reunion,
Yeah, yeah,
somebody.
because you have to put, flour,
Mm-hmm.
sugar, butter, all these things together
See.
and mix it up, and it comes out to a beautiful cake. And it's good, and you
Mm-hmm.
want to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody who grew up differently, you come from Mexico, this person came
Mm-hmm.
from here, this person came from here, all these people grow up, come together and put their perspective in this one thing, it'll come out something sweet that everybody wants to eat it
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
grab it and feed it to others so it can grow.
Yeah, and you know what? I was actually talking to one of my friends about this. I said, all I want to do is be a runway for my daughter to take off and
Yes.
fly.
Yes.
And then I said, but you know what? If your runway comes with my runway and we
Mm-hmm.
connect, we got airport for all these
Yes.
babies to fly.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Let's be an airport,
Yeah.
of healing for our kids, for our
Yes.
community, you know?
What's your connection?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's amazing. So do you want to read us some of your favorite passage
Oh,
from
okay.
or something?
Okay. I
I'm
will.
excited. I want to hear. I
I
want to
will.
hear. I want
And
to hear.
and then I'm gonna tell you guys something else. So the book
Okay.
here, I don't know if you could see it, but it has a special place for you to put the actual child's name,
Oh
and
wow.
then from, with love from daddy here, and the daddy will sign their name because this is their book.
Oh wow.
And then before I read the passage, you'll see, um, I'll give you like some pictures and stuff like that for
Okay.
your listeners and for your followers. But look, it has, it was a gender neutral book. To
Yes.
me, when I talked to my illustrator, I said, listen, these babies, if they're a boy or a girl, they need to see themselves in there.
Yes.
Because my daughter was so cute and adorable. She had the little short hair, and I put pink and bow and everything. They're like, oh, that's a cute little boy, and I was like, she's a girl, you know. So that gave me the idea.
Yeah.
Make a baby, make a character that it's not either a boy or a girl, but anybody could be like, oh, that's me.
Yes.
If you're a little boy, oh, that's me. If you're a little girl, right?
Yes.
And so then, of course, I needed diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So we have diversity here.
And I saw that on the
all
front page.
throughout.
Yes.
And then the wisdom of my girl, she said that she had, she had all characters used equally 4 times. And I said, that's good.
Yes.
Things I didn't think about,
Yes.
because her wisdom and her maturity is showing through these pages. Yeah. And so I cannot wait for the community to get their hands on it, and we'll see what it goes. But this is actually one of my favorites. It says, oops, sorry, my bad.
You're fine. Go ahead.
It says, but daddy, what if I feel like you are mountains away and I cannot reach you? Not even the highest mountain could separate us, little one. We are connected. Our memories will always keep us together. It's all my favorite. I was like, wait, when do I stop? Let me read it. Okay. Don't tell nobody, but I used to be afraid of the dark. So this one was for me.
I'm still afraid of the dark sometimes.
Okay, don't tell nobody. It's between all of us.
Okay.
Y'all don't spread the word. Yeah, it's our secret. This one says, but daddy, what if I'm scared of the shadows in my room and you're not here? Right? The daddy says, remember, little one, if there is a shadow, you can only see it because there is light. Just like just like those shadows, life can be scary, but focus on the light to overcome the dark.
That's amazing. I like that.
It's one of my favorites.
I like that. And the teacher was teaching the kids about shadows not too long ago at school. And it was amazing how many of them knew the answer to that when she asked them, how are we able to see a shadow? And then all of them yelled, because of the light. So this can be used in the school in so many ways. Because if they're teaching them about that, this can be used as well to help them.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because, see, to me, you have something that is this little, magnified by the light, seem like a huge obstacle that you cannot go through. But with but if you focus on that shadow, you can almost, you could be paralyzed in fear.
Yes.
But if you see the light and you gravitate towards that light and you
Mm-hmm.
understand, just
Mm-hmm.
go towards the light. Just don't even look at that. Just go, just go.
Mm-hmm.
You can overcome anything.
Yes.
You know, and that goes for a shadow could be a scary job. It could be anything.
Anything.
Yeah, any
Anything.
obstacle.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
I
then
see.
can I read one more?
Yeah, you can read whatever you
Okay.
want.
Okay.
You got plenty of time.
Okay, this one right here, it says, this one speaks to me because the kids are so eager to love and so ready to jump in love. So this little picture, she's like closing her eyes, with just such expectation. Just she's forcing herself to see this, come true. And so let me read it so you understand what I'm talking about. It says, "But Daddy, what if I miss you from here to the stars?" The daddy says, "Then close your eyes, little one. Our memories together will be like a telescope. They will give you clear direction." So that little baby's eager. She misses her daddy. She's
Yes.
gonna close them eyes.
Because she wants to just see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes, it is. And the illustrations in this book is beautiful. If I mean, this is not only is the meaning of the book beautiful, but when the kids illustrations catch kids' eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see this, this will be just something that they will always remember. Um, and um, it's so awesome now because in the classrooms, once they start reading, they get the kids to read to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get to talk to each other. So not only are they discussing it with the teacher or with you or whoever reads it to them, the kids can talk on their level to each other
Mm-hmm.
about what's going on.
Yeah, and
And
there's a lot going on.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it
sorry.
is.
I was just thinking about something, sometimes when parents are either being separated or they're going through a divorce, and that child has a hard time, if that daddy reads this to him
Mm-hmm.
or her
Mm-hmm.
in his house, that he's like, I could survive one more week without my
Mm-hmm.
daddy, but I'm gonna see him on the
Mm-hmm.
weekend, and
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna read me this book. Another thing that we talked about is, my whole drive is to take this book to Dobbins. We're gonna donate
I
this.
remember you were
Yeah,
telling me that.
yeah. So it's gonna be October 23rd is when we were invited to Dobbins, where we're taking 600 copies of this book. So
Amazing.
this is where we need. I don't want to show up just with my love, but the
Mm-hmm.
community's love.
Mm-hmm.
And so on my website, I started a like a fundraiser so I can get those 600 books all the way to Dobbins, and give these to the families that are being deployed. Because see, when I was talking to my contact, her name is Captain Sanchez. She said, "You don't understand. We are told to be tough and strong.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when we go over there, the person that comes back may not always be the same person that left."
Exactly.
She goes, "So, but if these kids, if this is their last memory of that, of their father, imagine what it'd do for them. It'd get them through everything."
Exactly.
Yeah, because see, the reason why I wrote this book, it was for my child, in case the mommy book is the same reason, but this is why I wrote the mommy's book, um, in case like I'm not there to help my daughter, take flight again, in case her wings broke. I hate to miss wedding, anniversary, grandkids, successes. But when her little wings break, I don't want to miss that.
Exactly.
But if my
It'll be
book
something
can
new.
do that, if I'm not there, if my book can do that,
That book still be the wind beneath her wings.
then my baby can catch flight again.
Yes. And not only I'm sitting here thinking, my mind when I see when things come to me, I was thinking these books can also be good when people are going through divorce
Mm-hmm.
and they have to go to what is it, divorce class or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what it was. My children were grown when I got a divorce, but yeah, this book can be given to the child.
Counseling at school.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm.
to the child when they have to go to the parenting classes.
There you go.
The parenting classes.
Mm-hmm.
And, whether the child is going with the mother or the dad, that book can be given to
Mm-hmm.
them so they can understand. When they don't understand
Mm-hmm.
why daddy's not here anymore. oh wow, mommy's not here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if that can be something that, once they all go to parenting class, that dad or that mom can read that book to them in that class, that can help.
Mm-hmm. And another avenue that we're going to use this too, it I volunteer at the partnership. It's for domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
But see, when a man or a woman leaves a bad situation, sometimes the little kid, even though he sees it,
Mm-hmm.
the other parent doesn't treat the child that way. So when the families are split up, that kid still misses that other parent. And I'm telling you from experience. When we came to this country, we actually came because my mother was not in a great situation.
Mm-hmm.
We fled to this country in 1991. And my dad being the abuser, and I remember my favorite times with my dad, even though he smelled of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It was Saturday mornings because we'd hang out together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when we came here, I missed him. I lost him.
Mm-hmm.
So that baby doesn't understand, because I was 7, doesn't understand that you know
Even though.
even though this happened, that child's still
Mm-hmm.
suffering. I
Yeah.
I can't speak. I had
That
a
Saturday
loss.
morning was special to you.
Hmm.
That was special.
Hmm. That's all
And
I remember.
yeah.
You
So
know.
now when Saturday come, you're lost.
Hmm.
What am I to do? Daddy's not here.
Hmm. If I had this growing up,
Yeah.
I think I'd be a better me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
But now you're helping other people to be a better me,
Yeah.
a better, you know, person, a better just everything. Our children are a blueprint of us. So, what we instill in them and what we show them, it's amazing because my oldest son is 29 and he is a father now. And I have another grandson on the way, you guys. Um, just found out. And I see the things he is doing with his son, because his dad wasn't around. And I
Hmm.
remember
Hmm.
his dad promising him, I'm coming to get you, I'm going to show up. And my son would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, put his best outfit on, and wait all day. And then when he finally realized his dad wasn't showing up, he would break down in tears and
Oh.
cry and everything. He's, making sure that he is there for his son and, let him know that I am here, buddy. I'm here. That's what he calls him, buddy.
Hmm.
That's his son's nickname for him. And so one day he called me and he said, Mama, I get it now.
Ooh.
He said, I get it now. He said, you were a single parent of 5 boys at the age of 21 by yourself, raising us. You had to be hard. You had to love us the way you did. You had to do these things.
Hmm.
And see, just think about him saying that. What if he took his perspective
Hmm.
and put it here and,
Listen.
and put it back?
Listen,
Yeah.
I want to do classes to teach people how to write, because
Yes.
everybody has a story, and every voice needs to be heard.
Exactly.
I'm
Hmm.
just a teeny weeny little voice, but if we
Yes.
come together, we can project
Yes.
as a city for
Yes.
the future of our kids. Definitely, I
Hmm.
see that.
Hmm.
He
Yeah.
has a beautiful story. You
Yes.
have a beautiful story to tell.
And I'm writing the book. I just haven't finished. I haven't finished it yet. I'm writing it because God's still writing my story.
Mm,
So
I see. I feel
yeah,
that. Yeah, I
yeah.
see that.
So, but it takes us. It's okay. I'm a strong believer that what we go through, it's not for us.
Hmm.
It's for us to go through it. God brought us through it to help us overcome it, to share it to somebody else. You know, and when you're blessed with what you went through and you overcame, you are a blessing to bless someone. You are help. Help. And I don't know if I told you my acronym for help before, but help, HELP, stands for having evidence the Lord is present.
Hmm, I like it.
So he's present in you to give you this vision to help everybody. And this is what this book can do. I don't know anybody that couldn't read this and say, this didn't help me in some type of way. even people who had mothers and fathers in their life.
Mhm.
Because if you had a mother and father and they were there for you, you can read this book and be able to help someone else that you don't understand why they feeling that way because their mother or father isn't
Yes.
there. Because you don't know because you didn't experience it. So if you're a teacher, if you're a daycare worker, if you are whatever you do,
Mhm.
if you read that, it can help you to understand. Or if you are encountered with a child that's telling you, I miss my mommy. Or, I don't know why my dad is not here. There you go.
Mhm. He's
That's it.
here.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at, that's where
Yeah.
your daddy is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, that's the truth. We love
Yeah.
our kids.
But some people, some teachers, and or parents or whoever, don't have the words to say.
Mhm.
But this book gives them the verbiage to give to the babies
Mhm.
to
Oh,
help them.
wow. Yeah, I didn't even know. And, when it was
Yeah.
translated into sign language and I saw my words alive, I cried.
That's amazing.
I was like, did I do that? I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, and and I'm really, to be honest, I'm really shocked that it's getting so much love and support because they're just my simple words,
Yes.
with
It's
my
your
little
life.
heart,
Yes.
but my heart is right here.
Yeah.
I, I did it for my kid to
I
heal.
also saw you had it in Braille.
Yes.
And that touched me because I had a blind uncle
Ah,
who was teaching me how to read Braille. And he had a little typewriter with what, maybe 12 keys on it, 10 that type books, and he would write books. And yeah, he had a master's degree in psychology, and yeah,
See, wow.
yeah,
The reason why I wanted it in sign and in braille was because first the percentage of those people affected by these disabilities or these impairments, it's so little, but even they are not going to be forgotten.
exactly.
They're a part of our community. One of my dear friends, his name is Kevin. He's like an artist, but he lost his sight. He got sick and he lost his sight at age 5. And and he tells me, he's like, I still remember what orange looks like, you
Yeah.
know, but he's like, he's an inspiration to me
Yes. Yes.
because he is a painter.
Wow.
Hmm.
And see, that's another avenue. There's so much you can
Hmm.
do with this. You can do a book with this with a little child in a wheelchair, a blind child, a child that's autistic,
Oh.
all of that. You can do all of that with this, and they can have that. Because I had a little girl who was in a wheelchair, and that's all she talked about was her daddy, her daddy, her daddy. She never would do her work. She'd go online, and she knew how to Google her daddy's house and find it and pull it up on the computer and say, "I want my daddy," because mom and dad
Oh.
wasn't. They didn't get along, and she would go see him every now and then. But she knew how to Google his house.
Mm.
She wouldn't be doing her work like she's supposed to, but she can Google her daddy's house and show us she want daddy.
And that tells you,
Yeah.
even though we as single
Mm-hmm.
mothers are strong and we try to give our kids everything, there's that void
Mm-hmm.
in our baby's heart because men are so important.
Yeah.
Their daddies are so important. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
shout out to all the good men that worked really hard to be that hero. And I mean, I actually
Mm-hmm.
specify that in the back of my book. Thank you.
And just like you said, in her mind, and kids with illnesses or whatever, in her mind, she may have been thinking, my daddy's not around because I'm in this wheelchair or because I'm sick.
I don't know
So
him.
if you
Yeah.
make a book with them on it, showing them
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
daddy still loves you too,
Oh, yeah.
despite of if you're sick or in the wheelchair.
Hmm.
This has so many possibilities, and it's a blessing. And it's a blessing, and you're a
Thank you.
blessing. I'm so glad I met you, and I'm so glad we got to do this. Um, Finally get you on
Mhm.
here because last week we things just didn't. We did. We was
It's
she's supposed
okay.
to be here,
Hey, hey.
but we got here
Yeah.
today, and she brought me some ice cream, y'all.
That's right.
She invited to the barbecue.
Ooh, I like macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to tell everybody
Yes.
about? How to get it, how to get in touch with you,
Mhm.
if they want you to come to their school or wherever, give them all of that information so we can.
Yes, please. If you guys would like for me to come and talk to the kids, please go ahead and my website is called the artistwithinfoundation.com. So please, I'll send you all the links and stuff
Okay.
like that. And then if you guys want me to go to Dobbins with your love, with your support, please help and donate so that we could, take a book from let me tell you, they're 14.89 for the rest of my life, as long as I live. Every book I make is going to be that price
Okay.
because
Awesome.
I want it to be affordable for all.
Yes.
And if they can't afford it, it's going to be at all 5 libraries.
Okay.
And the Braille copies are going to be at the library at downtown
Wow.
Chattanooga.
Oh,
Because if you can't get it
amazing. Mm-hmm.
because of money, that's no obstacle. If you
Yes.
can't get it, go to my website, send me a message and I will send you the link to the
Yes.
virtual copy for free.
Yes. So have you read it on YouTube yet so people can
I don't know how to do
Yes, we got to get you to do that.
that.
We got to get you to read it on YouTube, read the video, and then upload it to, and then send people to your YouTube
Okay.
so they can hear
I
you
don't know
read
how
the book.
to do
Yeah, girl, we gotta talk, girl. We gonna get you out there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
That would
Yeah.
be amazing for people to, because my son,
Mhm.
my grandbaby. Let me tell you how I know about doing this.
Okay.
It was a book called ABC I Love Me. My grandbaby loved that book. Okay, he had me read it to him 16 times back to back one day. If I stopped, he started crying.
Oh.
The only way I got to stop because he fell asleep.
Uh-huh.
But he loved that book. So then, after he wanted me to read it over and over again, I said, you know what? I'm going to see if it's on YouTube. And I Googled it, and it was on YouTube. So every time he wanted it to be read, I pulled it up on the TV. She read it to him
Mhm.
because he wanted to hear it over and over again.
Mhm.
So this is something that you can read on YouTube on the camera and turn the page so you can see all these beautiful illustrations, and you can and then schools can share it in the classroom,
Mhm. Do you
and everything.
you know what's amazing? The electronic version is going to be such a success because the teacher from Howard,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, you know what? If you send me that book, we'll put it in every kid's Chromebook.
Oh, yes.
Now,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. They can put it on iReady. They can put it in Epic.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll put
Help
it on Epic.
everybody help
Mm-hmm.
yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, everybody do
Yes.
it. So
Yes.
definitely you guys, send me your support, send me your love, buy my books, give me reviews.
Yes.
Um, but send me to Dobbins with a handful of love from our community,
Yes.
because it's gonna be a big sacrifice. But I will send you the links to where, people could donate if they like.
All right, and I will
Um
definitely post it and let
mhm,
everybody know. So
mhm.
just before we leave here, give everybody the links and the information and everything. You can just say it right here
Okay, I have to
on
get my phone.
okay, get your phone. And then also you send it to me, and when I'll repost this video, I'll put the links out there as well.
Okay, so the my website, and you can actually find everything on my website. And so I'm gonna go to my website
Mhm.
myself, and it's called the artistwithinfoundation.com. And the reason why I named it a foundation is because that's my dream. My
Yes.
dream is to later on in the future be able to help people write their
Mm,
books, help people tell their stories, and be able to help them financially like somebody helped me.
amazing.
So may my foundation become a reality.
It is.
Yeah, let's speak it into
Yeah, you just
existence.
speak
That's
it.
right.
Don't say
That's right.
may it.
It's
It
going
is
to.
when it becomes reality.
Then hit me up
Yeah.
and I'll hook everybody
Yeah.
up.
Well, I'm gonna hit you up because I'm gonna need you. I'll be ready by then.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to find it. I'm not so good.
It's okay. We just
Here it is. So this thing of mine is called Hearts to Hands.
okay.
So from your heart to our baby's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now I did a square thing. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And
Okay.
then we have Venmo. And then it's, Isela Arredondo at the Artist Within.
Okay.
And then we also have Cash App. So that's what I have right now, the three
Okay.
different avenues.
Okay. So send me the pictures of all those, you guys, and it will be on my page. And I'm gonna send me the link
Mm-hmm.
and send me everything, and I'm gonna post it on all my social media, so they will be able to contact you and get these books. Give donations, you guys. These are for our babies. This is for our babies. We need to help our babies. She had a beautiful vision that has came to life, and she's using her vision to help others. She's not doing this for herself. She's doing this to help others. She took her life, what she been through, and she's blessing the world with it. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. And not only that, she's absolutely beautiful, isn't she? She blessed us with the book and her beauty. And we are so grateful. We're so thankful. Thank you, Gil, for being our lovely engineer as usual. We just appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Radio Show with Miss LOL and friends. Thank you to our beautiful guest. Look, watch me say it
Let me
again.
see.
Isela Arredondo.
Girl, yeah. Say it again. You said it right.
Yes,
That's
yes. This is beautiful author. You all go support her. Thank you so much. And remember, like I always say, important, you guys, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's happening, whenever you get ready to walk out the door, wherever you're going, remember to always, always pack a smile.